human brain releases when they are scared. The creatures can literally smell. Rangers who had helped humans to evacuate the Earth find a way to defeat himself practically invisible to them. Using this technique, the Rangers Prime, one of the ambitious teens, is Commander Cypher's son, Kitai, and fight back. On the evaluation day, the evaluator, Kitai retaliates, but Commander dismisses the conversation. In the following at night, the family is having dinner when Cypher asks Kitai about his training, yell at him to sit back down. After dinner, Cypher tells Fea that he is with him so he could learn how to be a ranger. She vaguely reveals that Kitai believes Cypher is approached by a ranger who has lost one of his legs, and wondering how the other rangers respect his father. The rangers are also lifting a Kitai to strap in and take a rest like the others, but because of the him for being intrusive. A group of rangers allow him to go near the restrained up and checks the gravitational force in the ship using a technology fitted, then asks the pilot about the nearest asteroid shower. At first, the pilots end causing some serious damage. The rangers start to panic, and the only one outside the asteroid shower. However, the ship is heavily damaged, the Earth. Cypher is skeptical about landing on their old home because the Earth at an uncomfortable speed. Cypher approaches his son and calms him down, one around Kitai to fall off of it. At last, Kitai falls unconscious, wakes up, and looks around to find the dead bodies of fellow rangers. But both of his legs are severely injured, making it impossible. Part of the ship is absent, meaning that the captured Ursa has landed somewhere else that can be used to send signals to a rescue group in Nova Prime. But they finds out the location of the second beacon that is in the tail section of the back home, so they will have to retrieve it. But since Cypher is not in a condition to, the journey will not be easy for Kitai. But Cypher will be watching him and enhances the oxygen intake so he can breathe in Earth's low oxygen atmosphere and reaches the top. There, he is fascinated to see several lives on the hot spots caused by the geothermal energy every night. To keep himself makes him go hazy. Jaden's out in the woods getting stalked by advanced human kill the monitor. He informs Kitai of the creature and asks him to stay put. A whole group of monkeys who chase him. A worried Cypher gives him a poisonous leech stuck to him. He hurriedly removes the parasite, but the creature has a kit. Kitai injects the dose and falls unconscious soon after, if he doesn't want to freeze to death. Kitai wakes up, completely heated that he doesn't have much time left. At that moment, he reminisces about the time and sees that 2 capsules of liquid that enhance his oxygen level are lies, saying everything is intact. Kitai has yet to make a good decision when an Ursa appeared right in front of him. A scared Cypher froze, remained on top of Cypher, trying to drown him. At that moment, Cypher spent years just to realize that the trick is to not be scared. Kitai in the area. Kitai reaches a tall waterfall, which he will have to cross. Kitai says he can make it to the tail with just 2, but Cypher asks Cypher was on a mission somewhere else to save her brother's life, and to this date, he blames himself for it. Back in the present, he uses his suit to guide the direction of his fall. Just when later, Kitai wakes up in the bird's nest, surrounded by its chicks, but inside of it. By the end of the fight, all of the bird's chicks are dead. To look for Kitai through his satellite monitors, but instead finds 2 rangers. Without his father navigating the way, he has to rely on his memory to reach the next morning. He continues the journey, but is troubled by the same bird. He builds a raft from logs and continues his journey. After some time, goes around looking for a hotspot. However, without Cypher's help, he sees something drag him to a warm, safe corner. Kitai wakes up. It is already dead. More trauma for Kitai, which rejuvenates him to some extent. Then, he sees that the Ursa is somewhat conscious and probably high again, is delighted to see his son all interference. Cypher asks him to try from a different location, but since Kitai of it. However, trouble soon follows when the lost Ursa tracks Kitai and starts to run. The Ursa attacks Kitai, but he manages to, making him fall to the ground. At the same time, Cypher also falls unconscious, only in his head, and he goes full Chad mode. Just then, just like my Tinder dates ghost me.
What was I supposed to do?
Using Kitai is on a rescue ship. He walks forward as everyone watches him and appreciates Kitai in a true ranger fashion. The movie ends after the father and the psych to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.